Hey, welcome on in, you rascals. Tobin here with you. Thanks for checking out the channel. If you guys could subscribe, that'd be great. Appreciate you stopping by. And, you know, there's no two words I enjoy more when talking Heat basketball. You guys already know it. Jovic, dude. Nikola Jovic. I am a big fan of the Miami Heat forward and excited to watch what he can do for Team Serbia coming on up. This is something that I am jonesing to watch what this guy brings to the table. You know, like it is one of these things. I think for him being where he's at, this big year in front of him, Spo laying down the challenge that he wants him to be a big part of this team. I saw him today. I don't speak Serbian, so I could not really watch the press conference, which is not fair, you know. Like, I really wish I could, you know. I wish I could watch. I got to learn Serbian, dude. Duolingo. What's the best way to go about this? But he was up there on the podium, so, you know, one of the voices of the team, which was cool to see. But he did an interview with Meridian Sport and had talked about how much training he's already been doing for the Miami Heat. And he says, this is his quote. I'm reading this from Euro Hoops, but it says, I've been training individually for a long time now. The season ended pretty early in Miami. We did make the playoffs, which was really important for us, but I've been here since May 1st. It's been 3 months. I've literally been training since May 5th. I only took a 7-day break. I'm already tired, before adding, I'm already ready. So I'm like, wow, Yovic, dude. This is, let me just say, we have been teasing the arrival of the Serbian Terminator for a long time. But it appears like Judgment Day is upon us here, because the Serbian Terminator is fully loaded, locked and ready to get this season going. He says that he's excited to play on the national team. Everything's the same. I always feel excitement. I live for these competitions. That's the pinnacle of any player's career, is playing in major tournaments for your national team, whether it's the European Championship, the World Cup, or the Olympics. Every competition is equally big for me. And as always, we're hoping for the best result and performing at a highest level. He says it helps with the gap of the NBA season. There's a long gap between two seasons, especially if you're not in the playoffs. It can be 3, 4, even 5 months without playing. And this year, I will enter the season and the game already in a rhythm when I return to the NBA and just continuing his conditioning. And I think that's going to be a great thing. And I especially think it's a great thing because of the health. And that was the thing that really sucked. You know, I know Spo said, you know, that in the moments of truth, he wasn't really there, but he actually had an interesting revelation here. And I thought this was interesting because when I talked to Eric Spoelstra about this last year at Media Day about Jovic, he said just making himself available for his team really showed a lot to him. But Jovic, now this is translated, so I'm going to take it at its word. It is translated. But according to the Euro Hoops article, Jovic is saying, like, the Heat, I guess, didn't love that he went, like, right out of his boot and started playing. So I guess, like, you remember those pictures we saw of him on the scooter in the boot as he was, because he broke his foot. He broke his foot training in the Heat facility. He goes to Serbia because, you know, Serbia's got a lot of expectations. Spo was mentioning how he was a token starter for the Serbian team 2 years ago in the World Cup. Well, fast forward a year, he's going to a team that's going to have Joker on it. So obviously, like, some semblance of the team is not, he's not going to get as many minutes as it is anyway, but he made himself available. But this is what he said on the loss in Paris. And he said, how could I not feel bad? It's kind of like, I can't say I was a burden to the team, but I couldn't help enough. I managed to play a bit, but I got sick over there and I couldn't play at all. Sometimes I even forget that I made it into the lineup coming off of a broken foot. When we gathered, I arrived, I was wearing a boot. I took it off and practically started playing right away. The people in Miami were the first ones who didn't like that, but I just couldn't skip the tournament. Now I'm healthy, and the most important thing to me, everything else will fall into place because if nothing, at least I can physically handle the challenges. And that's going to be the huge thing. This guy's been training for 3 months for this chance to get out there, play some basketball, maybe get to lead it a little bit. I don't know. I'm curious to see what those roles are going to be for him and where he can get the chance to establish himself for this team. But I honestly am just really, really excited to see like where this lies for him and how much this will benefit him, because I think this could be absolutely huge for his career. I really do. I'm excited to see him. I saw Fontecchio was getting ready, Simone Fontecchio, for the team. And by the way, they announced today some number changes for the Miami Heat. Norman Powell is going to get his traditional 24. Haywood Highsmith is switching to 8. And I got to tell you, the first look at it, I was like, something about Haywood Highsmith wearing a single digit. Like, it looks cooler. I think, like, I don't know, something about it. I felt like Haywood Highsmith wearing a single digit is going to work. And Fontecchio, he's going to wear 0. So that's a little looky-loo at what the Heat jumping the numbers are going to look at. But I was like, I kind of dig Haywood Highsmith wearing 8, and I'm glad Norman Powell gets to wear his traditional digits. So everybody seems all settled. But this one, to me, this is the one that made the Goosies rise. And it was on the Miami Heat letting him play, because they mentioned about, how they weren't pleased with how he went about his injury. And he said, I'm sure it's not easy for them, just like any other NBA team. You're letting somebody play for their country, paying them a lot of money. They're important to you. An injury would definitely be a setback for them. I love that confidence, by the way. But by chance and my great fortune, I'm part of a Miami Heat team that had Goran Dragic. They say themselves that he always came back better from international tournaments. Goran, of course, play with Slovenia. It's an honor and a pleasure for them to let me play for Serbia. And of course, it all starts with me. I'm always the one who would give anything to play, and the fact that they support me and want me to be with Serbia only gives me more motivation and makes it easier for me. Wow. Man, I love this kid, man. I really do. I can't wait to watch this season. But, man, Goran Dragic, that becoming, Slovenia winning Eurobasket a couple of years back was so huge for him. He was the MVP. I don't know if you guys remember. Remember when he was yelling at his teammates, to not put your heads down, put them up, play. And he was going nuts. And that was really Luka bursting onto the scene too. And I don't know, what was Luka, 17 at the time? 17, I think. And, Goran was like big brate to him. And I feel like, man, Goran is just, it's so interesting. You see this international trend the Heat are going towards with Pella and with Nico being the front of it, but also, they got Fontecchio now, and I do love, like, these guys. You're going to get to see them a little bit in the summer and see what this does for them. Pella's playing a ton of hoops now. You think he's going to get to play this? I don't know how deep Sweden will go in this tournament, but they'll get some group play, you would think, at least. And then on top of that, Nico having this whole year where he's like in Serbia training for this thing. They're one of the best teams in the country. And if they really do look to him and he is part of that, can you imagine the confidence that he's going to bring into the season that year? Because Gogi did have like a different level. Remember, Miami didn't go so smoothly for Goran right away. There were injuries. There was roles. There was losing Chris Bosh. And when he did that, I really did feel, I think that was the season that he ended up being an all-star. I may have that timeline messed up. But let me see. Slovenia wins Eurobasket 2017. And Goran Dragic was an all-star, I believe, in He was an all-star in 2018. So, yeah, that did lead to Goran Dragic's lone all-star season with the Miami Heat. You get Dwayne Wade back in the middle of the season. So, dude, I mean, for a Heat fan, like, this is going to be the most tangible thing I'm going to look at. Because when we talk about this team and we talk about what can they do, and if Nico or Kalel can pop and really do something, then we could be in business as far as a true X factor for a team. And I know people think that I am way too much holding the pom-poms for Nico. One, I don't give a rat's ass what you think. Two, he's just one of the more unique players that they have. And I do think that there's something about this guy. Now, also, look, Tyler could make a jump still. I mean, he's still just kind of entering that prime. And Bam, I think Bam just needs to settle and be back to what he was and be in better positions. And more continuity that's going to be around this team, I think, is going to help Adebayo a lot. But I don't have any, illusions of Bam being like a 25-point game scorer. I don't think that's where this is going to end up. Will there be more of a focus on him, and will he get back to 20-ish? Maybe. It's going to be interesting to see how that all kind of dials up once we get closer to the season. But this guy right here, Jovic, dude, we don't just say Jovic, dude, for no reason, because it's Jovic, dude.